Welcome, everybody, to today's Laughter Mindset live show. And I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Sofie Nubani, the Queen of Laughter and Wisdom, and I'm Bob Choat, the Transformational Grandmaster. And we have a fun-filled show filled with what, Sofie, tonight?
Lots of smiles and giggles.
Lots of smiles and giggles. And we're going to be talking about humor and tickling that funny bone with humor, right, Sofie?
Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That would be a really, relating to those who really get very tickled.
Yes. Oh.
As I know more people that do, some are not as ticklish, I guess.
Yeah, there's people that do get tickled a lot.
Remember in one of our workshops, it was funny.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So humor is a way of tickling ourselves from the inside, finding humor and this and that and all around. Humor is from the jokes that we see to comedy on TV to even some of the crazy stuff that me and you, like, we had to deal with, like the GPS system. Remember that? And we even mentioned that on a Facebook Live before. But the GPS, oh my God. I have to tell you that whoever created GPS was meant for people to get lost. I think they designed it for people to get lost. I'm serious.
I thought I was the only one, though.
You thought you were only one. Oh my goodness.
In Florida, I thought maybe we had too much construction where the roads are a little bit off on tracking, but
yeah, I think I don't know what this thing with the GPS is. I just miss back in the day when I used to have a map book. Here in California, we have the thing called Thomas Guides. I used to use what's called a Thomas Guide where I could find the streets and everything just by opening up. Okay, it's this street. I go down this way. Boom, I'm there. I can pre-plan it and estimate how long it's going to take me and then get there. And I do get there. Yeah. The old days with map directions, reading maps and everything. Now we got this GPS.
I wonder if it wasn't as safe, because if you had to look at the roads and drive, if you don't have a co-pilot, you'd really have to be, knowing where you're going and what street is where. So the pros and cons of technology, right?
The pros and cons of technology. So now we have this freaking voice that comes across, a female voice telling us to go this way and that way. In 1.3 miles.
Is it because it's a female voice that you're like coming out?
Well, that's what they're using.
A surgeon voice on you. Proceed to the route now, and you'll be like, "Yes, sir." Aye, sir. You would have followed directions better, maybe, Mr. Choat.
Kind of like that. Except I was a sergeant, and I used to
get see, I guess you're
lawful orders. So here we are with a lot of humor. We got humor from our smart devices, giving us wrong directions and so forth. And, we could do a whole show just talking about asking for directions. I mean, here's another thing with technology. How many people have either pocket or butt dialed somebody without even knowing it and started talking?
It just happened to me 2 days ago.
Yeah, it happened to me many, many, many times. It just boom, and it just so you're carrying a conversation and a person's listening on your conversation.
Yes.
I mean, I can imagine if it was like all of a sudden it goes off, and let's say you're like in a toilet or something like that, and using that, and then you didn't know it was on, and somebody's listening to you. Oh no. Or we're listening to somebody else's toilet conversation. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. This, like on the Apple phone, when we have Siri that comes on and like we're in a conversation and Siri will say certain things. Have you ever had that happen, Sophie?
Yes. It's funny because it happened a few times and out of the blue. And Siri, what's so amazing, sometimes you just have to be in tuned and aware. And I've noticed the things that it would repeat
Mm-hmm.
were important. So I was like, okay, the universe wants to repeat this information to bring its awareness more direct.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on a presentation, and as I was, suggesting something to clients, Siri repeated the suggestion.
Trying to get
And I
that
was
point
like,
across.
okay, there must be something to this. And they all started laughing. I said, this is an important message for you.
Yeah. The thing about important messages, how about trying to dial somebody and you're asking Siri for help to call somebody and Siri keeps giving you the wrong person, the wrong number. I have that happen all the time.
Yes.
Yes. So, again, it's happened to do the old fashioned way, find a number, type it in or something, or find a name. I mean,
We
technology.
gotta transition smoothly into our new tools and do the best we can in
Mm-hmm.
accommodating them. That's why the world needs more humor with all these little things happening while you're driving or you're on traffic or any of that. That is a very, very important. Not to let it get to you, and you need to find the humor in it and
Yes.
truly laugh about it,
Yes.
because it's otherwise, not going to give you the best results. If you're going to
Exactly.
laugh about it, or you're going to be mad with an instrument or a machine, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing with humor, and there's so much positive effects that we can derive from it, and finding the humor in just everyday stuff, and if you slip on something, you can laugh about it or you can cry about it. I'd rather be just laughing about it, and laugh at my mistakes, because things happen, and technology makes mistakes all the time. We make mistakes all the time. So we we can either cry about it or we can laugh about it. Which one's going to make you feel better, right, Sophie?
Yes, I'd rather have my lungs expanded with my blood pressure being stabilized
Yes.
than get mad about it and shorten the telomeres in my body and my longevity. So I'm like, okay, let me support that. Yes, yes, and it's funny how today we're talking about smiling and truly, how can we really bring that more into our day? And sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds because of what could be the challenges that you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
But as it becomes more of a habit, it becomes a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the best way to start is first thing in the morning when you wake up. I know it might be too early for some without coffee or someone that trained their minds up. I remember, working for as a vacation consultant and morning meetings. They have like morning huddles, they call them, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they'd have music and things, and to get everybody going and hyped up and everything. And I have this natural. I'm a morning and night person, so I'm with, with this energy all day long, right? So I'm in the morning. I'm excited. You see, this is why it's important to be where you enjoy. Because I always was excited about being where I'm at. So I'm always up in that kind of mood early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wanting to high five somebody or talk to somebody or, good morning.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a very close friend would be like, I need to have my cup of coffee first before we can start talking. Just to say good morning. It was Some people really need a little bit more time to warm up into their day, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, in that kind of arena. But if it is something that you're starting to forget
Hmm.
and it's starting to diminish of your daily practice, and eventually it would lead to a lot of stiffness and seriousness.
Hmm.
So you need to identify the reason why you are not smiling as often. See, adults today smile average of 20 times a day. Okay, children will laugh 400 times.
Hmm.
So we need to get close to the things that will activate such features in our face.
Yes,
Because it is contagious, and it's
it
hard
is
to
contagious.
smile and to be angry at the same time.
Yeah, that's a thing. And you mentioned contagious. So if we start smiling and laughing, it's going to spread. And the reason it spreads is because humans will pick it up. And within our brain, we have what's called mirror neurons. And mirror neurons are exactly what they uh, mean is that they will mirror another person. So this is a big part of empathy lies in the mirror neurons. So it's like looking in a mirror, and it's in essence a reflex goes back into the person's brain. So if you're laughing, they're going to start laughing. In fact, one of the things that one of the exercises that I typically ask people to do is try to hold back. And you set two people together, and one person will start laughing, and you sit there and you watch the other person right in front of you as they laugh. Try to hold back. Try to hold back from laughing because it's really, really hard, especially if your mirror neurons are strong. If
Yes,
if you connect with another person, they're going to start
because
laughing. They
empathy is
can't help it.
contagious. Just like
Yes.
just like if you're watching a sad movie, and people in a movie know that these are not the real people. It is an act of performing
Hmm.
the action of the movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, you'll see people crying in the end of the movie because it was a sad
Yes.
ending, or they will
Yes.
crack up laughing because they're watching a comedy. So
Yes.
absolutely. In fact, talking about this, they were doing a study on people just from the facial appearance of a smile. It immediately signals good, happy messages to the brain.
Hmm.
When you're smiling, you're inviting to a person in a positive way. You are more approachable. You're more attractive. You see? And the study that they did is that they had a group of people, and they actually had them in two groups. One, they had the pens, okay, held in their mouth with their teeth like this. Mm. And the other group, they had it where they wouldn't hold it with their teeth, but just hold the pen like that. And what they did is they started presenting cartoon pictures that were funny. And by the end of the time of the study, the ones who were naturally holding their pens had the stimulation of the mind programmed on a smile of that feature, and they were laughing more about it later than the ones who were like that.
Mm.
So
Yes.
it is a very natural process. Even when they did through ultrasound with the babies when they're infants, they were shown smiling
Hmm.
when literally while they were still in their mother's womb. So what happens if you have gotten away from smiling at this time in your life, or going through something? It's just a matter of relearning it. You already know it.
Yes.
So when we
Now,
were suggesting the how to, truly is to remind you how to go back to basics. You already own it, you already have it, you already know it. You have all the resources to activate it and stimulate it. It's just a genuine decision on your end to want to connect.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you something, Sofie. That you mentioned about the baby in the room. Now I know how much you laugh, and anybody that's been around Sofie, when she laughs, she's going to get everybody else to laugh. Now I'm going to ask you something, and if your son is watching, if Raul is watching this,
I wish he was on Facebook.
if he's watching this, I wonder, because you know how much your mom laughs. I wonder, when you were in her womb and she laughed, did you laugh too?
I gotta go through a past life regression on that one. I'm like, before you were born, during, or after? What do you remember? Do you remember some giggles and chuckles?
I think we need to record a whole video of you laughing, Sofie, and then post it, and it's going to spread like wildfire through social media and everything.
Yes, I think laughter is one of the best gifts we can open, that we already have, that we already can connect with and should be around. That you should make a genuine effort to be around those who bring that smile back to your face, but mostly you bringing it back to yourself.
Yes.
So if you start with a habit from early in the morning, allow yourself to be the first one greeting yourself when you look at the mirror and smile at you first. Because a lot of people it's true though.
Okay.
Are you thinking of the visual? Good morning, Sofie. It's gonna be a great day. I greet
God.
you. But it's true though. It's very,
yes.
very true. We can't wait for someone to rescue us. We can't wait for someone to pamper us. We can't wait for someone to do things for us. It is nice to be that giving, loving person, but you might not find as many of those around your path or journey. And we can't have you not progress and have a steady progress because you're waiting for that. We want you to truly start being accountable and taking charge and commit to you with baby steps. And
Yes.
then you can be around those who activate and who charge you well and who empower you, encourage you, uplift you. All that is really cool and supportive. But when you go back to your corner, back to your anchor, you need to really understand why you're doing this. And
Yes.
there's a difference between a genuine intention of a smile. And yes, when you're laughing, the subconscious wouldn't know the difference between a fake or a real laughter, meaning the benefits on the body are as the same. It's almost like exercising a muscle. So let's say you go to the gym and you're actually doing, pull-ups or whatever, you're moving your muscles, moving. Your muscles are getting, pumped, and you're probably building them, right? One way if you're just making the movement, but one way if you're aligned with your body, with the intention and the visualization, seeing yourself pulling your muscle, feeling it grow bigger and bigger every day, connecting with that when you leave. You're more conscious about your food, about your thought. It just adds up to a very good spiral effect that is rewarding, not destroying to your well-being.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's a great way, especially just being able to visualize and visualize your humor self really coming out and look at every single opportunity, no matter where you're at, no matter where you're at, no matter what happens. And I remember back, I was doing a speaking engagement in 1995, and I was up on stage, and a couple of things happened, and I actually had some notes with me, which I dropped and it fell all over the place. And the second thing was right in the middle of me doing a talk about a story, the uh, mic system went boom. And so, okay. So the first one was okay. I picked it up and saw I made a little humor. And the second one where it went boom, and then a mic went silent. Then it came back on, and I said, okay, I guess the man upstairs, he really doesn't want me to finish this story. So let me do this one.
Did you do another story?
I did.
You
I did.
Improved fast?
I improv really fast, yes.
Yes.
Then I went back to that same story again after doing.
Yes, and they say fake it until you make it, and so forth. Sometimes we have to trick our brain and rewire, reframe, and command of what we would like to have happening. But once you are genuinely committing to bring more laughter, joy, and smiles to your day, and you're aware of it, you become the one spreading that, not just waiting to receive it. Oh, yes. These people are so boring. Well, tell a joke, lighten it up. Won't you start something? You see, we can always be that person who will just spread more of the smiles, the joy, and the laughter versus just waiting to have an incident or go to only a comedy to laugh, which is still healthy to add that if you have to slowly build yourself to it. Whatever tools that could be of assistance, you need to utilize them, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is very helpful. But it is really very rewarding when you truly understand the value and the benefit of how this will really affect you tremendously, not just in a day or two, but in years and years. And also how people are going to remember you. It is a lot different when someone walks around an area where they see this openness of joy and welcome with a smile is opening, is inviting, and versus, like this. There are times when we have to listen with our soul because we care for a situation. But in that same presence, that same situation will benefit from depositing smiling seeds along the way.
Yes.
So
yes.
There's something about it that's very comforting because it is our natural self. It is what we are made of. It is in our DNA. So once we go back and activating what is already natural, it feels very charging to the soul. So definitely we encourage, you watching this right now to start practicing as we
start practicing. Be like, so I'm going to suggest every one of you be like the Johnny Appleseed of smiles and just spread it all around. That's a perfect analogy, this smile seeds.
It's not to be in denial over your emotions. It's not to be courteous and caring to situations. But the truth is, it is a very, very, very supportive tool for continuation, for life, for joyous living, for being in that state with your own self, inviting more inner peace to your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And once you take that conscious decision to commit to self and be aware more of it and express it, as you will see, you will start echoing more of it back.
Yes.
It will bring a lot of more sunshine to your days, including the cloudy ones.
Yes.
Well, I mean, sometimes clouds could be fun. I mean, you could really enjoy looking at the shapes. Did you ever
Yes.
gaze into clouds sometimes and just try to
Have
figure
fun
the
with.
shape? Yes, I mean,
Yes.
we can truly make moments mean more and be more meaningful on what we would like to charge them with. It's our decision.
There's an elephant in that cloud over there. A big smiley face with the sun shining through here.
Or maybe if you totally got out of the groove of it, maybe go hang around kids, truly, genuinely, with
Yes.
an open heart. Not with, if you're not into that or that's not your cup of tea, it's okay. You don't have to force yourself, but it's a
Or
good way to start. It's easier
yes.
because it will invite you. Their innocence will kind of rub off somehow, somewhere to you, that it might just open your eyes on the simplicity of a smile and the tremendous frequency and vibration it will influence through your soul just from that little bit of a smile. Don't you see when you see a
Yes.
baby and you see them smile, it's like, oh,
Yes.
and you're like so happy they smiled back at you, like it's a big deal.
Yes. Babies and even like baby animals like puppies and
Yes.
kittens and all those. I mean, just interact with like babies and have them play and everything like that with you. It is a lot of fun. They're
I
just laughing all the time.
I
I
was
love it.
listening to this, and I don't know how accurate, but I'm gonna tell you. They were doing a study that as smiling to one another was equivalent to having 16 bars of chocolate in the endorphins that it actually produces in the human body.
Mm. Hmm.
And except, having 16 bars of chocolate is not as healthy as you smiling.
That's right. And think about the smiling and the laughter and the happiness, and it releases all the cocktails and makes us just feel amazing and great, and just engage more of all the amazing suggestions that Sofie has. Just get out there, find the humor, interact with little kids and babies and and baby animals and even grown animals. Just have fun with them, uh, because nothing beats it. Bring in more humor in your everyday life. Find humorous videos. Watch comedy. Uh, go to a comedy club with a group of friends and just laugh it up and just enjoy each and every day with a smile, with a laugh, and just be happy. Right, Sofie?
That's so true. And if you try to understand how our bodies look from the inside, and not many people really actually go there. And maybe if they went to a massage, maybe they saw it on the wall or to a doctor's office. But not many people truly know where their maybe kidneys and arteries and everything, organs, or main organs are. I know it sounds funny, but it's true. I didn't know that
Where are my
till
organs at?
recent.
Oh no, I can't see them.
But if you start connecting with yourself, and if you can lay down and take a deep breath and just visualize and see and imagine your eyes are smiling, your nose is smiling, your liver, your kidney, your heart, and you truly, truly immerse into that energy, into that visualization, into that imagination, that you will invite a lot more calmness to your body. You also would start feeling more peace with yourself, that you have no angry parts in your body. You know, in Chinese medicine, they say if you're angry, probably the liver is where is getting affected. If you're afraid and you have a lot of fear energy, your kidneys getting affected. If you are unforgiving and you hold grudges, your heart organ gets affected. And I see a lot of connection between the emotions that we hold that become trapped into our organs and body,
Yes.
and between disease that are created that rootly stem from these emotions.
Yes.
So when I'm suggesting that kind of visualization, it might sound silly to some, funny to some, and exciting and can't wait to try it to some. I still encourage you to just have an open mind and truly take a deep breath in and breathe in that and allow yourself to connect with your organs as you're breathing and feeling and connecting with your breath, to truly feel the alignment, the grounding, and the centering of your soul to your body, that you will feel so relaxed. And that is very important. And you have the power, you have the ability, you have the resources. You're able to do this any time of your day. Even if you get a little bit overwhelmed in an office, you can take a break and do that. You can take a break if you're in a car and you're starting to feel the stress of knowing, oh, it's around the holidays, a lot of traffic, a lot of driving. Before you get out of the parking lot, do that. It will do you well because you are asking for that peaceful connection and you are inviting to it. You are going to allow yourself to be open to receiving more of it back to you. And that would be my best recommendation.
That's great. And I'm glad you mentioned about the organs. I've also learned the aspects of body syndrome. So those are just where your mind is at, what you're thinking or what you're feeling. You'll feel it in certain parts of your body, like your shoulders. You start feeling it, like, and so you would say
Yes.
like the weight of the world on your shoulders. So you start feeling the pain there, or in other parts of your body. So being able to smile and following what Sofie just described, that exercise, you're going to help to lift all these different areas and start to feel so much better, so much more powerful in your day, just from feeling, visualize the smile thing coming up here, right?
You know, if like somebody upsets you, all right? Now somebody can get angry depending on the situation. And we're all human. We're made of emotions and trigger points. And sometimes somebody could say something that couldn't really have been that much, of influence to trigger you that much, but it might have anchored to something that maybe your uncle or dad criticized you when you were young, and now it's even more aggressive to your nerves, and you're taking it more to heart. The
Yes.
ability for you to practice such acts is really important, to look at the person or the situation truly as if it is a movie, and you are going to step out and you are going to honor your highest self and your soul, and
Yeah.
you're gonna always smile and promise to keep that peace between you and your higher self.
Yes.
And once you start really practicing such actions, when they occur, it becomes a habit.
Hmm.
You breathe in, you're human, you're gonna feel things. We go through it all the time. And you can look at it and understand why did it happen in your own way, but choose to, no matter what, go back into your own sacred space and smile back to yourself. Not allow anybody to rob your peace, your pride, and you. Don't ever allow anyone to have that power, because only you will participate in tolerating it accepting it, allowing it, charging it, or contributing to it. Be wise enough to know that this is just temporary emotion that
Yes.
happened, regardless of the cause. It could be really a big thing that countries might fight for. That's fine. We're not denying a cause where you stand for your right, but there's other ways to solve things. And with that practice, you will go a longer ways and solving a lot bigger issues and more important things in the world
Hmm.
versus focusing on that incident or situation or person that could have got the best of you on that day.
Yes, absolutely. Sofie, this has been, I think, a great live that we were able to bring out the aspects of humor and smiling and true happiness, being able to heal the inside and everything as we're coming down here to the end today. And anything else you want to add?
Yes, because when you're going through all of those things and you are smiling and you are laughing more, you are able to heal faster and
Yes,
recover better. So just remember that. So if anybody that you know is dear to your heart and going through that or going through something, be that person, be that sunflower, be that sunshine that brings that reminder back to them, allowing
absolutely.
them to connect as well with
Yes,
themselves.
yes, yes. So, yeah, I had a great time tonight talking our little stories and all this kind of stuff. And I love all the tips that you brought forth and that we were able to,
And your
you
GPS
guys,
stories.
you GPS stories, you guys out there, find the humor in everyday life. Follow all the exercises that Sofie suggested, and just bring in some more smile every single day. And maybe you can down in the comment section uh, add in some of your own tips that you found useful.
Yes,
I mean,
that
that'd
would
be
be
great. So
great.
add it, yes, add it
Pass it
down.
forward. Let's pass
Pass,
it forward. Yes.
yes, pass it forward. So please add in whatever you used in terms of humor in your life, because me and Sofie, we put in our 2 cents worth. You put in yours. Spread it. Spread this whole smile, happiness, laughter, all this kind of stuff, humor, whatever. Even jokes down there will count too.
Yes.
Whatever's worked for you, please put it down because other people will be able to benefit from it. And by the way, will you please like, comment, and share? Because the only way we're going to be able to spread this, where we're going to be able to help out more people, is if you guys out there are involved as well. And I want to thank each and every one of you. Me and Sophie want to thank each and every one of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, for
Absolutely.
tuning in. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. So, Sophie, you want to go ahead and
Your
end
laughter
this?
mindset.
Said
A place
a
you don't
place
just
you don't just
visit,
visit,
you'll
the
shift
shift
state
state
right
right
away.
away.
Breathe
Breathe
and
and
laugh.
laugh.
Ha ha
Ha
ha.
ha 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 ha.
Very good.
Good, very good. Yeah.